Hello everybody, welcome to the Political Vigilante. My name is Graham Elwood. Please support the show at patreon.com/Graham Elwood. Like, subscribe, do all those things. And Progressive Comedy Tour coming to Florida in January. We're coming to you. Go to grahamelwood.com for the tickets. So we're all making Gotham great again. That's what we're doing. Look at that. Look at that fancy logo. So this actually article came out several years ago, but it's worth talking about because the numbers have not gotten better. Goodbye middle class. 51% of all American workers make less than $30,000 a year. The link is in the show notes. Again, it's from 3 years ago, but not much has improved. And these numbers are pretty staggering. According to brand new numbers that were just released by the Social Security Administration, 51% of all workers in the United States make less than $30,000 a year. Let that number sink in for a moment. You can't support a middle-class family in America today on just $2,500 a month, especially after taxes are taken out. And yet more than half of all workers in this country make less than that each month. This is the thing that Trump ran on. And this is the thing that Hillary and the Democrats completely missed. You know, everybody with nice white-collar jobs and college degrees in the big cities, they're doing fine. What's everyone talking about? When Trump would go around and say the economy's so bad, I remember some people, what's he talking about? Well, if you travel around the country, as I do, you see it. You see people having a tough time. And even now, they talk about how great the economy is. In the 2018 midterms, I was watching ABC, and George Stephanopoulos and that whole crew of corporate media people on both sides of the aisle, which is the same aisle of, you know, of the kleptocracy and the oligarchs, was like, yeah, the economy's doing great. Where is the economy doing great? Because these numbers have not changed much at all. And, you know, another recession is going to hit, and then what? Because let's look at these numbers. 38% of all American workers make less than $20,000 last year. 38%, 51% made less than $30,000. 62% of all American workers make less than $40,000 a year, and 71% make less than $50,000 a year. If you live alone and you have no kids or no dependents and you have a one-bedroom apartment, 50 grand a year is okay, I guess, 40, you know. But this is like the minimum of what it takes to feed a family of 4. A mom and dad and 2 kids. How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? What used to make America great was upward mobility, was a thriving middle class. And everyone talks about, especially Trump and the right wing, oh, the good old days, right? The 50s when America was great. Well, you know what America had in the 50s? It had the highest amount of banking regulation. It had the highest union membership and the highest tax rate. Unions helped this country grow. Because that's the thing, you work your way up, you get a good job, and now how can we afford anything? Housing prices are through the roof again in a lot of major cities. In the state of California, forget it. Buying a house, forget it. Unless you are a multi-millionaire, forget buying a house. Or you got to live way out in the sticks or something. If you make $50,000 a year in Los Angeles, you're not even close to buying a house. Not even close. Or Northern California, forget it. Forget it. Not even close. The federal poverty level for a family of 5 is $28,410. That's the poverty level for a family of 5. Yet 40% of all American workers do not even bring in $20,000 a year. If you worked a full-time job at $10 an hour all year long with 2 weeks off, you would make approximately $20,000. That should tell you something about the quality of the jobs that our economy is producing at this point. This is what they talk about. Oh, everyone's got a job. There's plenty of people got jobs. Yeah, they're making less than $20,000 a year. And in 2016, Hillary, you're all a bunch of deplorables. And while I don't like a lot of Trump supporters, and a lot of them are violent and they're racist, and Trump, you know, was endorsed by the KKK. I'm not supporting any of that crap. A lot of people were just working class people stuck in this situation, and they had done 8 years of Obama and nothing had changed. And then here comes Hillary Clinton saying, well, you're deplorable. And you wonder why they ran into the arms of Trump. Trump was a populist. He's a lunatic. He's awful. He's giving all of his corporate buddies money, and he's sending guards, you know, to the border for the caravan, all this ridiculous bullshit. Tax breaks for his millionaire and billionaire buddies. But the Democrats keep ignoring this. And they wonder why they lose elections. A lot of the Democrats that won in this past midterm were talking about stuff like this. Ocasio-Cortez was like, working families can't get by. And then she's smeared by the right and the left and the corporate Democrats. It's ridiculous. You know, I saw this fairly known right-wing comic post this thing about Ocasio-Cortez. Oh, she's such an idiot. She, you know, was talking about how capitalism pits people against each other and socialism helps people out. Oh, what a fucking idiot. And all these comments. She's a retard. America's the only goddamn place dumb enough to where people will chastise someone that's trying to help out the working class and embrace capitalism, which only benefits the ruling class. It's unreal to me. Well, these socialists, oh boy, these left-wing socialists. Yeah, it'll help out everybody. Guess what? If you're making $20,000 a year and you have a Make America Great Again hat, capitalism is fucking you. And if you have a Confederate flag, capitalism is fucking you. If you have a rainbow flag, capitalism is fucking you. If you burn the flag and you're making 20 grand a year, capitalism is fucking you. I hate to break it to you. Capitalism is fucking everybody. There are 7.9 million working age Americans that are officially unemployed right now, and another 94.7 million working age Americans that are considered to be not in the labor force. When you add those two numbers together, you get a total of 106 million working age Americans that don't have a job right now. That is a third of the population. We have 330 million people in this country. That is almost a third of the population is not working. About a quarter of the country actually has a negative net worth right now. What that means is that if you have no debt and you also have $10 in your pocket, that gives you a greater net worth than about 25% of the entire country. 25% of the country has more debt than income, more debt than asset, right? So like if you owe $100,000 on your home, but it's worth $200,000, you actually have $100,000 in equity. So that is, you have $100,000 in assets, right? But if you got $5,000 in the bank and you got $10,000 in debt, that's a negative. You have a car loan, you have credit card debt, you have student loan, you have negative debt. So this is something everyone needs to address. And it's why I'm in favor of progressive candidates, and I'm in favor of a movement for the People's Party. I'm in favor of the Green Party. Wouldn't it be great if Congress and the Senate had People's Party candidates, had Green Party, had Libertarian, had progressive Democrats in there? Wouldn't that be great? People like Rand Paul, Republicans. Wouldn't that be great? We'd have because part of what makes democracy great is healthy discussions and debates. Putting our hands over our ears, go, fuck you, I'm right, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, like a bunch of goddamn 5-year-olds, what this country mostly is idiot moron 5-year-olds that just complain and don't want to hear any different point of view. If you make fun of Trump, the diehard Trump supporters lose their shit. If you make fun of Hillary, the diehard Hillary supporters lose their shit. Both of those camps refuse to hear anything. Ocasio-Cortez comes, of course she's going to get attacked by Fox News, but when people on the left attacked her for sitting with protesters wanting a Green New Deal, we got to get behind Nancy Pelosi. She's battle tested. Oh, right. All the battle testing she's done taking money from the healthcare industry. Yes, she's so battle tested, taking corporate money and fucking over working class people. I do not believe that it is right to pin your future on a corporation that could replace you with a foreign worker or a machine the moment that it becomes expedient to do so. We need to start thinking differently because the paradigms that worked in the past are fundamentally breaking down. That's what is happening. They're fundamentally breaking down. So, You know, I believe people like Ocasio-Cortez, we need to hold her to a higher standard. If you voted for her, you absolutely should demand more of her. The people you vote for, you should demand more of them than the people you didn't. Don't flip out just because she says one thing. Well, maybe Cuomo. Don't lose your shit. But hold your representatives accountable for the campaign promises they made that you voted for. Hold them accountable. And when they don't, vote them out. And saving the climate and protecting working people can all be done in one fell swoop. That's what a Green New Deal does. Thanks for watching the show, you guys. Go subscribe. Go to the Patreon and go to GrahamElwood.com. Progressive Comedy Tour. We're coming to you in 2019. Get your tickets now. They're moving fast already. Orlando, Gainesville, Jacksonville, Coral Gables. Tickets are going fast. They're probably going to sell out because that's what's been happening. Don't miss it. Make Gotham great again.